sisters. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for allowing us to see another day and also carrying us through this day thus far and giving us another opportunity to strive to be virtuous daughters of Zion. So in today's video, I'm going to be going into working on the red flags that you have within yourself before courting. Now, you can also take these tips, these notes, these advice during a courtship or even during marriage, because it's always room to improve yourself on how you can be a better person when it comes to courting, friendships, even in marriage. So I'm gonna keep it transparent and honest with you guys because that's just what I do over here on this channel. I like to keep it honest and transparent and raw. I'm in a new season in my life where I've been feeling pretty lonely. A lot of thoughts has been coming to my mind of feeling worthless, I would say, and also it's just been very, very lonesome, not knowing why and what the Most High is doing with me in my life, what's the end goal and all that stuff. And one thing that I truly regret is not allowing the Most High to work on me before I entered into a courtship and purging me out of all the things that I have learned and what I've been taught, whether it be of this world or growing up seeing what my parents and people around me have done and taken on to their behaviors and all that stuff. Like, I really wish I took that time and allowing the Most High to work on me and purging out all the things that is not of Him out of my heart, because if that was the case, more than likely my courtship would have been better for the both of us. And I'm not going to get too much into like my courtship, like, because that's between me and that person. But just to keep it honest with you guys, like, and also it goes into this video as well, that if you know that you're not ready to be in courtship, then don't court anybody, because when it comes to courtship, you guys are figuring each other out and seeing that are you guys compatible for marriage, because marriage in our culture is so much different and also like very important than it is with marriage in the world, what Babylon has going on, right? Like, you guys are spending the rest of your lives with each other, and I would say do not rush the courting phase. Don't rush it. Take your time, get to know each other, all that stuff, and that's that. But to not go into a long rant, I'm just going to get started with the video. So when it comes to like seeing the red flags within yourself, it takes dedicated work, courage, and self-examination to look deep within yourself and find flaws within yourself. Now, I was talking to my sister about this, and I was just telling her, like, I feel like this relationship has exposed the worst of me. And she was like, yeah, like when you're in a relationship, it's like you're holding a mirror against yourself. Because most cases, for most people, they don't even know that they have like toxic traits unless they're in a romantic or intimate relationship. I'll say that for me, and I'm sure that there's other people out there that that can say the same thing, right? So, in this journey, it can be hard because naturally nobody wants to be told that they have flaws, right? But if you want to have a successful relationship with the man of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, you have to take that journey. And when you are sincere, the Lord will help you through this journey, right? I was just thinking about this before I had pressed record. And, you know, we see sisters, whether it be in this walk or not on this walk, they give us advice on looking at red flags when it comes to our men, right? And even though it's all fine, it's all dandy, all that stuff, like, and I think it's very beneficial. Like we need to look at signs. We need to look out for things that's going to be detrimental, right? But while we are doing that, we also have to look within ourselves, because as the scripture says, a wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked man. And then another scripture, briefly paraphrasing, your spirit is going to tend to its like, right? So we want to work on ourselves so that we can find a person that's compatible for us, right? And we also have to know what, like in this journey, not only that you're looking at the red flags within yourself, but also you're like looking into like what you will and will not tolerate, and how to love yourself so that you can love others, right? But my first scripture I want to get is 2 Corinthians 13:5. And it reads as follows: Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushai is in you, except ye be reprobates? Right. So the scriptures tells us to examine ourselves, right? And what does that mean, to like examine yourself? So when you look at the word examine in on Google, it means to inspect someone or something in detail to determine their nature or condition, investigate thoroughly, right? So you have to pay attention to the little details when it comes to the way that you think, how you carry yourselves, if you have any triggers and baggages, etc. You have to investigate yourself and find the red flags within yourself, right? Because when you do it, then whenever you are in a courtship, that person is not going to do it for you, right? Because you have already figured it out. And one thing that I learned when it comes to men, most men will not have the patience to deal with the trauma and the triggers and the baggages and all that stuff, because we all know that men wants peace. It says in the scriptures, our men is telling us that, in the truth, outside the truth. Like, we have so many people, even our sisters is telling us that you need to be a man's peace, right? Now, this is a study that I have done myself before uploading it. So I'm also taking in what I have wrote down, right? And I'm not rushing this process. I'm not going to skip past it anymore, because I genuinely want to work on myself. I genuinely want to heal so that I will no longer be a victim to my own trauma, right? Because it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you've been through a lot. What else? You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to the point where you just have to let it go and no longer claim that trauma, right? Because everybody has a sad story. Everybody has a sad story, but it's about how you turn out to be after that sad story. Like, are you going to remain sad and victimized and all that stuff? Because it gets tiring. It gets tiring to sing the old song, like, every time. Like, oh, I'm this way because of this and all that stuff. Like, one thing that, the person that I courted with has told me is, trauma explains the behavior, but it doesn't excuse it, right? So that is my message to my sisters out there who may be watching this, that trauma explains it, but it doesn't excuse it, right? So, to be honest, nobody is perfect in a sense that you're flawless, right? Because we all have flaws. We have flaws. Our men has flaws. Everyone has flaws, right? And we all have something that needs to be worked on, right? So for me, to keep it even more transparent, I struggle with overthinking the mouth, especially when it comes to like, how us Eve and all that stuff, like, we just got that mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot, right? Like, it's a lot that me personally have to work on. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because I don't proclaim myself to be a perfect sister and all that stuff. I don't proclaim to have it all together, because I don't. I'm still young. I'm only 21. I'm still young. I'm still learning. And as the Most High allows me to see these next following days and all that stuff, like, it gives me more room to grow and to be better than who I was yesterday, the last minute, the last hour, the last second, right? But going back to the video, like, nobody can say that they don't have anything to work on, because if that's the case, then, like, you're in the spirit of pride and arrogance, and we know that both pride and arrogance is an abomination to the Lord, right? So this type of examination within yourself is not going to be overnight. Like I was saying, like, I don't plan on rushing this process, right? And whoever else is going through the same season that I'm in, there's no reason to, like, rush it, right? Like, it takes a while. This journey takes a while. It could take months. It could take weeks. It can take years. It could take however long that the Lord will put you through, right? Because this is His world, and we're just living in it. So if He has you in this season for X amount of time, then we just going to have to trust the Most High and allowing Him to guide us, because He knows what's best for us. Because we know ourselves more than anybody else, but He knows us more than we know ourselves, right? So if you're being sincere in this journey, and you're sincerely, like, doing the work and all that stuff, trying to do the work, and you truly want to better yourself so that you can be a better sister, you can be a better wife, you can be a better candidate when it comes to courtship, right? Like, the Most High, He will help you through it, right? He will guide you. right? So the next two precepts that I have are going to be prayers for this journey, if you are in this journey, or if you're desiring to like want to work on yourself. The first prayer is Psalms 26:2. Psalms 26:2. Examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. And the other one is Psalms 19:12. And Psalms 19 is actually my favorite Psalms. Psalms 19:12. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. So that's all that I have for this video. I didn't intend for this video to be too long. So that's all that I have for you guys. I pray that this was edifying and also exhorting and encouraging for us ladies to strive to be better versions of ourselves so that we can be pleasing in the sight of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And like I said again, like I'm talking to myself as well. And yeah. So let's heal. And again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai for putting this on my spirit to do this video. And with that, I say shalom.